Perfect. Okay, guys, good morning. Welcome. This is going to be the AirBadminton station. Probably you have heard about this new concept of the game. We all know that badminton is a traditional indoor sport, but we wanted to do something different. We wanted to do something innovative and something that could help us to grow the sport. Okay, I'm just going to pass this along, just for you to know what I'm talking about. Yes, this is the air shuttle. So AirBadminton. AirBadminton is the new BWF development project, and I want to emphasize on that development word. Why? Because we have a vision of course, increasing the game, and we want to try to find ways to do it. And AirBadminton comes very good in those efforts. So, increase accessibility. As you know, there are some countries unluckily that they don't have badminton venues. So their first experience happens outdoors. We're talking about African countries from the Middle East, Caribbean islands, Pacific islands, where infrastructure is a big issue. It's a big challenge. So for them, the concept of playing outdoors already exists. So for us, it was for them given the opportunity to play outdoors. Increase enjoyment. With this type of shuttlecock that I'm going to explain afterwards, we're increasing the enjoyment that people are having when they play outdoors, our game. Increase volume of players. Of course, if we attract more players and give them more opportunities to a place where they can play badminton, we're going to grow the sport. Let's hopefully also transfer those players that are experiencing playing outdoors into more traditional badminton. Actually, as Johan explained yesterday, now they have a different option to choose. If they cannot, or if they are not willing to play, or they are not selected to play indoor badminton, they can always play, of course, air badminton. All of this together will help us to grow the sport. And there is also a very nice and attractive way or attractive approach for this new concept, which is the competitive structure. So at some point, hopefully we'll be able to do what beach volleyball did with the game. So they, of course, had the beach volleyball indoors, and now they have a very nice, appealing concept of beach volleyball of playing outdoors. So that's the route also we want to see to take. So why AirBadminton? The answer is pretty straightforward. We want to make courts available in parks, streets, beaches, everywhere. So all people can enjoy our sport. So this is a transfer. This is going to be a new approach for people just to find where to play badminton. So this is a long-term process. It started already in June 2013, and the first step for that, it was to find a good and the right partner for us to develop the shuttlecock. So luckily we have been working with an institution in Singapore who specializes in aerodynamics and sports, and they came up with different prototypes. As you can see, by 2018 we have more than 30 prototypes. Yeah, actually this is a big number. But why? Because every little change that you do to the design of the shuttlecock will impact the performance and the flight of the shuttlecock. So you could see, and I'm going to explain this after, that every little hole has a purpose. So it will change the rotation, it will change how it turns over. So we have to find all the different elements that could work together very well.
I'm sure they make many tests for them.
Yeah, many tests. We have used and I'm going to explain that. So this is one of the tests we do. Inside a wind tunnel, we have to test it every little detail. So one of the criteria that we wanted to give to the air shuttle, of course, has to be played with the same rackets. And how we do that? To make around the same weight of the shuttlecock. So right now, as you know, the weight of the normal shuttlecock is around between 5 and 6 grams. This shuttlecock is weighing around 9.5 grams. So with more heavier because of the wind, to make it more resistant to the wind. But so it can be played also hitting it with a traditional racket. Durable and affordable. As you can see, it has a synthetic material, so the length same racket, so it has more durability. Resistant to wind up to 15 kilometers. So all these little holes here on the skirt, and you could see the main difference is around this area, the point where it connects the head, the base, and the skirt has more bigger holes, and this is because the wind from the side is coming through here and helping the shuttlecock to rotate properly. So that's why it's a concept. If you could see the different shuttlecock, the traditional shuttlecock, this area is more covered, so the wind will just push it a little further. It has the similar trajectory to the shuttlecock. So we have run many tests, and players have enjoyed the shuttlecock, and it's flying very well under good optimal wind conditions. As I mentioned before, the similar weight and speed. It will support the correct play, of course, of badminton. So the equipment, we have been using pretty much the same equipment as indoor badminton. Same post, same net, so the net system is similar to make it more easier to set up. That's a good question. I'm going to come after about it. The height of the net in sand is just a little lower. Boundary lines. You have seen beach volleyball, which are marked with removable lines. So that's the system that we're using also for AirBadminton. So we can adjust between singles and doubles very easily. And the air shuttlecock and the racket, of course. Those are the main components of equipment. Now, this is totally different. The main difference, as you will see, there is a dead zone. And why is a dead zone? Because we could, first of all, the shuttlecock performs much better when it flies longer distances. Because if it doesn't have actually the wind to support or to push a little bit, to throw air, it doesn't fly very well. So we have to give more strength, more hit to them. Exactly. So that's why when we were doing video analysis and looking at the net play, actually the duration of the rallies were quite short compared when we play more flat games, a bit more hard through the baselines. So that's why we came up with a new idea, with a new approach of removing the front of the court. So the rallies increase a lot. And coming back to your question, so in normal height is, so it's at the center is 145 for sand. And why 145? Because when you step on sand, you will lower actually your position a little bit because you will bury your feet. So that's why the position between you and the net it will be a bit lower. So that's why it's 145. Surfaces. Of course, we are targeting the three surfaces: hard, grass, and sand. Hard, of course, is participation, is to try to make courts available anywhere in streets. Parks, you have to try to use park areas to put badminton courts as well. Anywhere. And the beach, the sand is just to try to come up with a new concept, an attractive approach to the game, which could be the competition side. So actually, 3 weeks ago, we were in Finland. We were in Finland running an AirBadminton competition, which was a success, and we could see that players enjoyed, the spectators enjoyed. Yeah, this was within a bigger multi-sport event, but it was fantastic to have our sport there for the first time, and we could see the reaction and take data about the game. This is just a very brief closing slide about the timeline. At the moment, we are running different pilot and exhibition activities with the aim that in 2020 we are running more official AirBadminton activities and competitions. So this is a long-term project. This is something that is going to help us to grow the sport and to hopefully to get more people into badminton. I'm sure that you have different questions about the shuttlecock, about the game. I'm very pleased to take them during the breaks. Okay? If you have the shuttlecocks, please just give it to us. Thank you.
Presenters, move on to the third